9th day of Christmas, gaming gave to me. I won a Prima.
Modify into it clear.
Foxy beating the land speed record.
The Lumbo Silver.
A solemn Tempest speed run.
Minecraft speedrun.
Beating Arson Geometry Dash.
Pantheon 5 with all binding.
And mid-mode while solving a Rubik's Cube.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 9th challenge of Christmas. My name is Mir, and I will be representing the I Wanna Be the Guy community in form of the game I Wanna Prima. I Wanna Be the Guy was originally a rage game released in 2007, with its gimmick basically being having a trap around every corner. Modern fan games are, for the most part, completely different from the original. Most of these fan games can be put into one of two categories, those being avoidance and needle. In needle, you maneuver through screens filled with usually spikes, while in avoidances, as the name implies, you avoid attacks mapped to a certain song. I Wanna Prima is an avoidance, however it is quite different from most others. Normally the difficulty in avoidance comes from the RNG. This game, however, has only very little traditional RNG reading, although that does not mean that there is no RNG. In fact, every single attack has at least one element of RNG. The difference is that the attacks are very gimmicky. A lot of them are basically puzzles you have to solve within only a few seconds, often at the same time as dodging another attack. Now, just from watching this, you will not understand what the hell is going on. But if I were to go over this whole thing and explain every attack, we would be here for an hour. So instead, I will only pick out a few ones that I think are particularly interesting and aren't too complicated to explain. I see this attack as sort of the introduction to the more difficult attacks in this game. While dodging this pattern, you have to pay attention to the 4 rotations of the 2 stars on the screen border. You will then need to repeat that exact sequence 3 attacks later. In this attack, between 4 and 6 spawners will appear around the center of the screen. The goal is to identify how many lines each of them spawn, and then go to the respective quadrant of the screen indicated by how many corners the shapes in the background have. In this segment, half circles and later on 3/4 circles will spawn around the center of the screen. The apples making up these circles will either be normal, flipped horizontally, or flipped vertically. Depending on their orientation, they will burst out either the way they're shown, or flipped on either axis. Now, you might also have noticed this little grid thing in the background. So, on top of doing this section, you have to pay attention to the background and figure out which of these lines has an apple in every single row, then stand in the correct spot at the end. So, I'm just gonna leave it here because, as I said, I don't want to fill the video with just me explaining how this game works. So yeah, enjoy the completion, I guess. Like, just the stage alone, that's awesome. Yeah. See, yeah, that would definitely be worse, I think, even if getting to 5 is easy. I get to final again in this attempt. Although it technically wouldn't be 2 in a row because I have to restart the game in the middle of an attempt. Okay. Wait, check the kill twice in a row. Yes! 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 Oh my god! I was right! I was right! I was right! Oh my god, I actually got to final twice in a row. Holy shit! Oh my god. So yeah, I hope that was somewhat enjoyable to watch. Personally, I had a lot of fun with this game. I think it's really, really cool. Thanks to Frogger25 for inviting me to this event, and don't forget to check out the other challenges people are doing for this.